we will take doubts in gaps. Okay, so I will be going through some content, and once that is done, I will be stopping in between, and then you can. I'll ask you to raise your hands, maybe, and then we'll take your doubts. Okay. So we will do that maybe 2 to 3 times throughout the session, where I'll be discussing certain topics. Okay. So I hope you all know. By the way, before we start, I want to know whether there are students from both Mad 1 and Mad 2 registered here, or only Mad 1.
Both
Is there
as well, sir.
anyone?
Both.
Both are there, right?
Only Medwin.
Okay. Yeah, all right. So if there are students from MAT 2, I suppose then there will be students from both the areas. Okay, because the orientation would remain, or the content that I wanted to give remain would that I wanted to give today would remain same for both MAT 1 and MAT 2 students, right? So it will be similar. Both of the things work parallelly. So yeah, there are students from MAT 2. So I assume that there will be students from both students taking both the projects. Okay, either one of them or both. Okay, so this session is set to give you an idea of the project process, right? So students who have already done the MAD 1 project might be aware of the process, right? They have already gone through it, but students who are taking the MAD 1 project for the very first time, doesn't matter if you're done with your theory course or not, there will be certain new things to you, right? So how are we going about throughout the course? All right. What are the things that we provide? And what things to be followed to do the project is the matter of discussion for today's session. All right. So I will start off with the project process, as in what you'll have to do and how do you start the project. What are the things that you have to look at, and how are we evaluating project, right? So there will be some grading the pattern, file structure, what these things are. I will just go through it, and you will get right. So 100% will not be clear in the very first session, but as you know that we also have things like project session that goes on parallelly with the theory course. So students who have taken the project can join those sessions, and obviously can not can they have to join those sessions to actually do the project. All right. So most of the things will be clear there. Just give me a minute. Okay, so I'll start off with sharing my screen. All right, so see, the thing is, there will be so many questions in the chat also. I'll be coming to those questions after I'm done speaking, okay? So don't worry about it, but it would be good if you have the question. If you have any question, it would be asked directly when you unmute, because in that case, many other students who are having the same doubt would be clear, all right? So if you have any query, you can directly unmute and raise your hand maybe, and then I'll come to you. Okay, so I will be doing that once we are done with parts of the content. Okay, so I'll just start with sharing my screen. Just give me a minute. Okay, all right. Can you see my screen? I'll just zoom this in.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, all right. So fine. How many of you have gone through this documentation? You can. Not an issue. You can just raise your hand maybe, or just say in the chat that you have gone through. But not an issue. I'll just go through it. If you have not gone through, the thing is, we will be sharing this documentations, everything, the published link of everything that we showed today, along everything that we showed to all of the registered students. All right. And the thing is, this is the place where you start working with your project, right? To actually go into the project, you should understand what the project and Viva process is, what are the things that you have to follow, and how it is being evaluated so that you get maximum out of it, right? So that you are able to retrieve maximum marks out of it. All right. So first, you will start with submitting the work, right? While at the actual process of submitting the project will be very clearly told to you in the project sessions, because at this point you might not have anything on the project to submit, right? But how to submit, what to do before you actually make the submission is everything that will be told into the project session. Okay, so we'll be having a set of sessions along with the theory course, and that will be obviously the link and everything will be available on the calendar. You can check your calendars, the links and everything are updated. But the students who have taken the project will be or should be attending this sessions. Okay, students who are only doing theory, it is okay if you don't attend the project sessions. But students who are taking the project, doesn't matter if it is the very first time or you're repeating the project, you should attend these sessions to get hold of what question statement is all about. Okay, so we'll be
Excuse me.
also explaining the question statement and everything later. Okay, so the first thing is, how do you submit? Okay, so there are various rules or set of things to standardize your submission. Okay, so that so that we have a set of students who have submission in a proper standardized way, so that we can evaluate it in the same scale, we can evaluate it efficiently, and it is also stored with us throughout the process. All right, so you can see the structure. I mean, we will be sharing this document, so it is the duty of every student to go through it line by line, read out every step that is there, before you start working on the project. Okay, you can keep referring this documentation throughout the journey of your project, so that you don't go out of the track at any point of time. All right, so you can see that there is a project folder structure. Might not be very easy to explain it at this point because you don't have the files and structures, but this is the folder structure that you have to follow. Okay, this will be very clearly explained in the project sessions again. All right, then we'll work on executing the submission. All right, so what happens is, there is a Viva workflow portal that we work on. The students will be registered to the portal. Some of you may be able to access it, some of you may still be not given access because the registration process or the registration is still under process. So all the students may or may not be added to the workflow, right? So once you're added to the workflow, you should be able to see, I'll just show you the glimpse of it. I hope you can still see my browser. So you can see this is the project workflow, right? So if I join in as a student, let me see. Yeah. Okay. So this is what a student sees when he or she logs in, right? So on the top right, you see
Sir,
that
we cannot see.
it's not visible. Okay.
It's the
One
login
second.
page. Sir, and one more question. Are these sessions you are talking about a part of the bootcamp or it's just the part of the project?
It is the project course. That's what. So I'll take the queries later. Okay. One second. You're not able to see the screen. Okay. One second.
Sir, I am able to see, sir.
Actually, your screen is stuck.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So you should be able to see this, right? You're able to see the planner, right? As of now, you can see step one executing the submission, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Just give me a minute. Yeah. Now everybody should be able to see the student dashboard.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is what you see when you log in the workflow. Okay, but you will be only able to see it when there will be the right term present on the top right. Okay, so you see MAD1 May 20, 2024. Okay, which was the last term. Okay, this is just a demo. I'm just showing you because I wanted to give you a glimpse of what exactly it looks like. What you would exactly see, MAD1 students would see MAD1 September 2024, and MAT 2 students would see MAT 2 September 2020. All right. Here, you see currently the submission is made and the plagiarism check is passed. That is because the submission has already been made. All right. But when you log in, when you are successfully able to log in, you should be able to see a place where you can submit the project. So there will be a button where you'll be able to upload your file and submit. Okay, and then you see this validity check button, right? So this is the most important thing of the application, or the most important step, the very first step that the student should do. Okay, I request everybody to mute, because while I'm speaking, please keep your application on mute. I'll be coming to you when you have questions. Okay. All right. So currently, this portal shows that there is a submission being made on some date, August 16. All right, and the plagiarism check is passed. Okay, this is just a demo. This is just a demo slide. But what you should be able to see a place where you can see the submission, button where you can submit. This validity check button will still remain there, and this is the, as I said, this is going to be the very first and most important step. All right. So what happens at the validity check is, we make sure that the project comes under various norms that we have provided in the document. Okay, so what is the document that we have provided? I'll just come back to the same document again. This one, right? So here we have given you the steps to validate your project. One second. Is anybody on unmute or? Okay, I request everybody to mute yourself. Okay. All right, so this is so when you go to the planner again, you will see that there are various places where your submission can go invalid. Okay, so what not to do to make sure that your submission is still valid and does not cause any issue when you submit. Okay, so the first step is to validate your project. Okay, before you submit, you should validate your project. The reason being, you can submit your project only once. Okay, once your submission is made and it is not validated, you might be thrown out of the process. Okay, we will not be given another chance to make the submissions. Okay, so the submission is allowed only once, and that is the reason. I mean, it is very clearly mentioned somewhere in the document that you can submit only once. Okay, so yeah, this is the first thing, right? One second, who's on mute?
Prashant, could you please unmute yourself?
Not able to see from here. Please mute yourself, okay? All right. So, as I said, the submission of the project file, whatever you have created, the zip file of it has to be submitted only once, and the portal itself will not be receiving more than one submission, right? So while that is there, you have to make sure that you submit a validated project, okay? And these are the steps. This one, the one that you see here. What should be the structure of your file? Don't worry if you don't understand what this is. We will be explaining it in the project sessions. All right. Executing the submission and evaluation. Right. So validating your submission is the first step. Once the validation is completed, then you can submit. Okay. We will let you know later what is validation. How do you make sure, or how do you understand that the submission was valid or not? Okay. We'll be making you acquainted about that later. Why? Because we don't want to put in a lot of information in the one session only. Okay, so once you are done with, let's say, assumption that you have successfully submitted, then what happens? Okay, then what happens? Your submissions go into plagiarism process. Okay, plagiarism checking. So we make sure that the submission is only written by you. It is not taken from any outside resources. It is not copied from anywhere. It is not copied among yourselves. Okay, so you cannot do a group project. It is a single project, right? Individual project. So you cannot work on a single piece of code and make 5 submissions from 5 different IDs. All right. In that case, if your submission gets flagged, you will be again thrown out of the process, and you will not be given any grade, right? I think you will be given U grade, or basically you fail the project. That is the whole idea. All right. Plagiarism is taken very seriously. The student who are failing the project will also be sent to disciplinary committee. All right. You will get one chance. For example, there can be false positives at some places, right? A student's submission falsely getting flagged, that is a very rare case. Okay, once in, let's say, 200 300 it might happen. But if, let's say, it happened, you will get a chance to prove your innocence. That prove your innocence meaning you'll get a chance to make sure that the submission that you made was completely made by you, right? So how do we do that? We will give you a form to fill in, which is called as a discrepancy form. Okay, once you fill the form, you are you're letting us know that, okay, there is some mistake done at the plagiarism checker's end. Okay, and I want to make sure I have certain proofs that I have done my code from my end. All right. If you fail to do so, that is, if you fail to prove that the work is originally done, then you will be sent to disciplinary committee, which is, a set of or a panel of professors deciding on what would happen with you. All right. So the plagiarism is taken very seriously. Try to make sure that whatever you write, doesn't matter if you get 5, 10 marks less, whatever you do is the original work done by you. All right. The next step would be, once you pass the plagiarism check and validation, the next step would be the Viva, right? So you should be eligible to give the level 1 Viva. All right. There are steps in which you give the actual Viva. So I'll just show that in the form of this flow diagram, right? So I hope you can see this. I'll zoom it once again. All right. So you see that validation is the first step. Okay. If the project is validated, you can submit the project. Okay. If it is not validated, you can keep on validating it. Okay. The process of validation can be done n number of times. There is no limit on it. But once you have submitted, you cannot validate it. All right. So let's say you're done with validation. You're done with the plagiarism check. Your code is not copied and everything. It is original work. So you can see that you're eligible for level 1. How do you give level 1? You book a slot for level 1 Viva. Okay, we will be creating slots. We, as in the examiners, will be taking your level 1 Viva, will be giving a slot. Okay, we approve the slot, and then you make it available for you to book. Everything that you see here will happen on Viva workflow. All right. Submission of the project, the results of plagiarism and validation, the level 1 booking. Okay, the result of level 1 Viva, everything will happen on workflow only. All right. So you see that the level 1 will happen once you are booking, once you are done with the booking of your level 1 slot. Okay. The examiner will give certain number of slots. You select one of the slots, you book it, and then it becomes locked, right? So nobody will change it. Not the examiner, not the student, nor the operations team can change it. Okay. Once the slot is booked, it cannot be changed, it cannot be rescheduled, it cannot be deleted. So you have to be very sure when you select the slot. Okay. Once the slot is selected, at that very specific time of the day, your Viva will be scheduled. Okay. You will be going through the level 1 Viva, which is going to be objective type. We will be helping you prepare with your level 1 and everything ahead. Okay. Not now. But what exactly is level 1? What kind of questions are asked? What amount of project needs to be created till that point is everything we are going to create in, we are going to clear in project sessions. Okay, so let's say you clear the level 1 once, then again you become eligible for the level 2. Okay, we'll go to that later, but let's say what happens when you fail level 1. If you fail level 1, you will be given one more attempt to give to the students. To redo your work, improve it, and submit. Okay, so we'll be giving you one more attempt. Now, this, whatever I'm saying, is valid for first batches, not the last batch. Okay, I'll come to what batches are, but I'm just letting you know. Okay, so let's say you fail, you submit in any of the batches, and then you fail the level 1. What will happen? You will be given another chance to submit the project. Okay, that should be done within a stipulated time. Okay, we will be letting you know about that, but that should be done within a stipulated time. It will be not more than 3 to 4 days. Okay, within 3 to 4 days, you have to make sure certain features are added to your application so that it crosses or passes the minimum requirement of the level 1 Viva. All right. So let's say in the second attempt you pass the level 1 Viva, you will be then eligible for level 2, where you can book the slot. So same process. The slot will be made available to you on certain dates. We will let you know when and where the level 1 Vivas will happen, when the level 2 Vivas will happen. We'll let you know the dates of the batch. Okay, based on that, we'll open slots and then you should be able to book the slots. Similarly, you book the slot for level 2, and again at the same time it will happen with it will happen at that very slot that you have booked. It will be more comprehensive, it will be more detailed than level 1. All right, once that is done, you pass the project, you get the grade. Okay, if you fail level 2, then what will happen? You will be given your marks based on level 1. In most cases it will be degraded, in most cases. Okay, but you will be given marks based on the level 1 score only. Okay, if you fail level 2, okay, the students can also wish to not give level 2. We'll come to that later, all those scenarios, but this is the straightforward process of project. Right, everything from the submission till you get the course grade, not really the course grade, but your actual score in level 1 and level 2 will be done on the workflow only. Okay, so I request everybody, once you are able to log into your workflow, get acquainted with whatever things are there, right? All the resources and everything will be provided. Go through it. What are your options on the workflow? How to submit? How to make sure it is validated? All those things will be there. All right. So that is there. Okay. Now let us come to the minimum weightage and passing score. So you can see the passing score for level 1 is 16 out of 40. Right. So level 1 is out of 40 marks. Okay. So the entire project will be broken down into components, graded components, and those components will carry certain weights. Right. If your complete score of those components don't come to be 16, you will be failing level. All right. Similarly for level 2, right? So level 2, it will be more comprehensive. So the passing mark for this is 30. That is the 50% of the actual score, right? The maximum score. Okay. The deadline of the project. Okay. So the first thing is the submission window. When do we start the submission? Tentatively, it is October 10th. All right. So as of now, you can see you won't be able to, even if you're able to log into your workflow, you should not be able to, you should see that you're not able to submit the project, right? Why? Because you'll be starting it only after 10th October. Okay. And the last date would be November 30. So by November 30, you should be able to submit the entire project. Okay. The complete project. Okay, now we'll go to problem statement, but problem statement, I'm not going to go into details because the project sessions that we have organized, the first session is dedicated to very detailed explanation of problem statement, right? So there's no point of explaining a MAD 1 project statement here because there are also students from MAD 2, vice versa also, right? So there is no point in, explaining MAD 2 because then new students would not understand it. So I don't want to create that confusion here. We will be having specific sessions for MAD 1 and MAD 2 project based. And the first session of that will be dedicated to explaining the question statement. Okay. I hope everybody of you know what are the question statements. All right. So I'll just give you a glimpse of it. Sorry. Yeah. So what happens is in case of MAD 1, please pay attention to this. This is very important thing. There are so many queries around this. All right. In case of MAD 1, every term there is a new question statement and you have to mandatorily work on the given question statement only. The only one question statement that we give, right? This is for MAD 1. So for MAD 1, the question statement would be this household service V1. So you can see this is for MAD 2, but there is something called as household services application V1. Okay, that is the question statement for MAD 1. Okay, and that is the only question statement that you can work on if you are doing the MAD 1 project. Okay. In case of MAT 2, you get two options. Okay. You can select any one of the one would be this very question statement that you're seeing here, household services version 2. Okay. And the version 2 question statement of last term. Okay. So what was the question statement? It was influencer engagement and sponsorship coordination platform, right? So everything will be added to this documentation here. So you see currently there are only link here given, which is a dummy link, but we'll be adding the problem statement as per the document, right? So you see this is Appdev 1 project document. You will also have an Appdev 2 project document, T32024. There you will be having two question statements. In this, you'll be having only one question statement. Okay, so for MAD 1, it is only household services version 1. For MAD 2, it is any one of household services version 2 and influencer coordination platform version. Okay, question statement will be will be explained to you in quite detail. Okay, so you don't have to worry about it. Apart from that, what do we also kind of track is the Git tracker document. Okay, this document you can go through. This kind of helps you to track and do a version control of your project from the very beginning. That is from the whatever files wherever you think you can start the project from. You can start tracking your project through Git. All right. So you have to follow this, and along with you, we can also start tracking it because there are certain places in this document that you can go through and see that okay, you will be adding us the core support team as a collaborator, and we should be able to see what is actually happening with your code. Okay, so that is there. You go through this document. It is very clearly step-by-step process given on how to work with GitHub, how to create your account, with what name your account should be created, with what name your project should be created. How do you make commit to the project? How do you add us as collaborators? Everything is given. Okay, so you have to go through this documentation quite in detail. Okay, this document will be updated within a week. This is a FAQ document. which we will, kind of consolidate all the frequently asked questions across terms, right? So there are 2, 3 terms. We are following the same process. So in across these 2, 3 terms, what are the most frequently asked questions that the students have asked us and we have answered? We'll be putting it into a single document. You can refer to this, and 90% of the cases, your question will be sorted, right? So you can, before making any questions or before making any comment or before making any query into the various places that you have, right? G spaces, discourse and everything. I would request you to go through this FAQ document. This and your doubt and more on top of that, so many other doubts will also be cleared before you ask a question, right? So you better go to this document. We are trying to make it more comprehensive, as detailed as we can. All right. Now you can read the do's and don'ts while attending the Vivas, because this is at this point not available, not very important, because you are just in the process of creating the project. This is when you are into the Vivas, right? What you should do, what you should bring, how should your background be, what things to share, what not to share, right? All those things are there quite in detail. Okay. Preliminary level is more of how do you prepare yourself for level 1? Okay, what things to be made ready, what things to be kept ready when you actually are almost there to appear for level 1. Okay, the what do you call, the report should be there in the PDF format, specified format. Okay, we'll be sharing you what is the template of report we expect. Okay, we'll also explain what report should have in the project sessions. Okay, so that is there. What should be, there is something called as video that you have to upload of the project demonstration. All those things are there. Don't have to worry about this as of now, because we will see all these things when we actually go into the submission of project. As of now, we are into state where we are just going through the question statement, right? Understanding the project. Okay, this will be anyway covered in project sessions as and when required. How to avoid plagiarism? Okay, this is an important topic, important thing to look at. The very important thing that you should do to avoid plagiarism is make sure you don't make your code public at any point of time. All right. Yes, you can do it later to showcase, but not now. Okay, while you are in the term, while your result is not out, you cannot make your code public. Okay, what do I mean by public? Publicly sharing it anywhere. All right, publicly making it available on the GitHub. Okay, so you see that this now this contradicts with the tracker document, right? So this Git tracker document makes sure that you create a private repository. Okay, so in that sense, it will be making sure that you don't accidentally show your code anywhere. Okay, or make your code public on things like Git or GitHub or GitLab. All right. So what I am saying here is you should not make your code public. That is randomly uploading it as a public repository. Okay. Don't worry about things like terms like repository and everything. If you are new to Git, we will be kind of covering it to some extent. Okay. That is one thing. Then, for example, if there are 2 students working on the same project, not sharing the code, but discussing the ideas, which is possible, which you can do, right? You can discuss ideas on how you approach certain things. But accidentally, if you're sharing your screen just the way I'm doing now, right? If you're sharing the screen, it is just a matter of one screenshot, right? And the code is gone. So don't share your screen while your code is there on the screen. Okay, that is how you accidentally share your code. Okay, then there is no point in saying that, sir, I did it accidentally, because once the code is flagged as plagiarized, it will be plagiarized. Doesn't matter who has copied, doesn't matter who has shared. Okay, so these are the major steps that you can take. Do not share it anywhere as a whole. Make it keep it private. Only things like which cannot be shared, things like the demonstration, the video demonstration, a report, all those things can be kept public, because you don't know who is going to review your code, right? So in that case it is okay. But you should not be able to you should not share your code at any place. You should not make it public if you're tagging to Git and other things. Okay, I hope this is clear. We'll come to this if there are any queries. So you can see there are so many quite details given up to this. Then there is timeline. What is this timeline all about? So what we do is, let's say, what did I say when we start about when we talked about opening the submission, right? So it is going to open on October 10th, and November 30 is going to be the deadline. Okay, so the submission window will continuously remain open from this October 10 to November 30. Only that we'll be processing submissions in Windows. okay, in some windows. That is, not sure about the windows now. We are not confirmed it. We'll confirm it and we'll mention it here. Okay, so what these windows do? For example, what we do is, let's say first window is October 10 to October 30. Okay, I am not sure, October 30, 31st, whatever it is. So these 20 days, number of submissions that we receive, will be processing only those. Okay, doesn't mean that you are missing the deadline. It just means you are missing the first window. Okay. So October 10 to October 30, we will be retrieving all the submissions that we got in these set of 20 days, process the plagiarism and validity, arrange level 1 and level 2 for such students who have submitted in this window. Okay. Why are we doing it? Not because of the students. We are doing it so that we can organize the submissions. All right. So you don't have to worry about what is the window, when you submit, when you don't submit. At the end of the day, you should just focus on this for this one date, right? That is November 30, which is going to be the deadline. Okay, we process the windows and everything that is created, that is only for the operations team, only for the core support team. All right, and the students just have to make sure that, or students just have to keep in mind that, let's say if you are submitted in first window, your Viva will be done according to the first window. If you have submitted in second window, your Viva will be done according to the second window. Okay, and so on. So I'm not sure there are going to be 3 or 4 windows as of now, but we are going to very soon update it. Okay, and it will be put into the same document. All right. So it is just batch processing. We process all the submissions in batch, whatever we receive in a span of 20 or 15 or whatever, 25 days. We process those so that there is no, bulk submissions, and we don't, make a mess out of it. Right. We want a very specific set of submissions to be processed at one point so that there is no load on and the entire team, the submission pattern, the Google Drive where every project is submitted, that is the cloud. All right, the plagiarism checker. There are so many things operationally happening right at the back end, so we don't want to load those things. That is the reason we manage. That is the reason we process your submissions in Windows. Okay. For example, the deadline for first window was 30th October. Okay, and you missed the deadline by any chance. When do you submit? Next day. Okay, you don't have to worry about the intermediate deadlines. You just have to worry about the last deadline. Okay, if you see, okay, won't be available here, won't be visible here. But for example, the first window is October 10 to October 30. Okay, what will be shown on the workflow? It will show that the deadline is October 30. Okay, what is it? What is this deadline for? Is this the final deadline or the deadline of window? It is only the deadline of window. It is not the final deadline. By any chance, if you are missing the deadline of a window, you can just submit it very next day, because the very next day the new window will open. Okay, it is on what you will miss if you wanted to give the Viva in the first window. That will not happen. That is the only drawback of these windows. All right, but that kind of helps us to manage the submissions in a proper way. Okay, so you don't have to worry about the what are the deadlines and everything. You just have to focus on the last deadline. Okay, that is how the submission windows work. Okay, are we missing anything? Okay, so that is probably the thing, last thing for the project process, right? So I hope you understood the flow. Okay, after some time, that is October 10, the submission window will open. Doesn't mean that you have to finish your project by October 10 only. You can take the first window's time and then submit it in the next window. Okay, it is completely up to you. At back of the mind, you should only keep in mind that the project submission will start on 10th October, and I can submit any time before, on or before November 30. All right, and my Vivas will be scheduled. Okay, that is what you have to keep in mind. Don't worry about the intermediate deadlines. That is only for the core support team. Okay, so that is there. We will be anyway updating what are the windows that are going to be there, how many windows are going to be there, whether it is 3 or 4 or even less than that. We'll let you know. Don't worry about this dates as of now, because this has to be updated. All right, so this has to be between 10th October to 30th November. All right, that will update now. Okay, so I hope you understood the process, as in when do you submit, how you should submit, and things like that. But everything which have gone superficially will be covered in detail. The only reason I've gone through them superficially is because I know that they will be covered in detail, or they are very neatly given into this document that you have to go through. Okay, so at any point, doesn't matter if discovered or not, you go through this document line by line, and you should be you should be acquainted with lot of process. That is the first thing. Okay. The second thing that we do is the project sessions. Okay. Now, before going into the next part of it, I'll just stop now and ask you to raise your hands and cover your queries. Okay. Let me see the hands raised. Yeah, but where do I see the hands raised? Okay, the first would be Umapati ji. Can you unmute and ask a question?
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, so I attended a MAD 1 offline boot camp
All right.
in May 2024. So I want to attend MAD 2 boot camp now. But when I try to log in through the link, I'm getting only MAD 1. So I'm not able to register for MAD 2.
Yeah, but have you submitted MAD 1? Are you done with MAD 1 project?
No, sir. This term I'm planning to do both.
Okay.
I have finished the theory, MAD 1 and MAD 2.
Okay.
Last time I couldn't do MAD 1, so I'm doing in the extension term.
Okay, see, that is the thing. If you're not done with MAD 1, you can only attend boot camps for MAD 1. You cannot attend for MAD 2 unless you're done with MAD 1. Okay, so the forms are set in that way that you can, I mean, you'll have to do MAD 1 project first in order to do or access the boot camps or whatever it is for MAD 2. Okay, what you can do is take the mentorship. Okay, so MAD 2 mentorship you can take and then start working on your project.
MAD 1 also mentorship is available, sir.
Yeah, it will
for
be available.
project?
Yeah, it will be available.
Okay. So I can't take up MAD 2 boot camp.
Yes, unless you are done with MAD 1. Okay, so this is for everyone. I'll anyway come to the boot camps after this segment. Okay, next, Amit.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, good evening, sir. Sir, I wanted to know about the boot camp. So I have both MAD 1 and MAD 2 projects selected this term. But in the boot camp form, I'm not able to select MAD 1 as the boot camp option. It's by default MAD 2, but I want help with MAD 1. And
Are
even
you
in
done
the
with MAD
email,
1?
no, I'm not done with the MAD 1.
Not done
And
with MAD 1. We'll check.
no,
Okay, we'll check.
yeah. And again,
What is your
regarding
roll number?
my roll number is 21F3.
One
Double
second, I'll
Z.
write somewhere.
Okay.
Give me a minute.
Okay.
Two one F3
00
00
1369.
1369. Okay, so you're not done with MAD 1 yet. You cannot. You can see only MAD 2, is it?
Yeah, it's by default MAD 2. I'm not able to switch it to MAD 1.
Okay. Have you taken boot camp before this?
No, this is the first time.
Okay. I'll just check and maybe make the changes. Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Back to where did I see that? One second. All right. Next would be Aryan. Go ahead.
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Sir, my name is Harjangir and I am friend of Aryan Rawal.
Okay.
Sir, my friend stutters while speaking. So, in his Viva, can someone speak on his behalf?
Why is that? What is the issue?
While he is speaking, he stammers.
Okay. So don't worry about it. I mean, see, the thing is, we'll go through the Viva. If
Yes.
he's the Viva examiners will be told beforehand that there is this requirement of the student. Okay. He can take his own time to reply.
Yes,
If
sir.
there is an issue, we will ask you or somebody to help out. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Next, Devrat.
Yes, sir. Am I audible?
Yes.
Sir, I wanted to ask you, like, you said the first window, not the deadline, but the window is still from 10th October to the 30 October, right?
Right.
Yeah. So before that, before 10th October, there will be project sessions, right? Like some guidance, some kind of
Right.
projects.
Correct.
So one of the questions is what exactly can I expect from those project sessions? Like, is it like they are going to guide, or they are just going to tell like what's going to happen?
I'll come to the project sessions in. Okay.
Okay. And the second question is like, will these go on even after the first window of 30 October?
Doesn't matter. They are independent of windows.
Okay. So like they'll be scheduled, but it won't be like everything before 10th October, so that
No.
everybody is the same.
No. That's what I said, right? They're independent of windows. Don't link the project sessions with the windows. So it will be more clear when I go on to project sessions, what are we going to take and things. Okay.
Okay. So we can rely on the MAD 1 theory also, right? For this project?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
So see, if you want everything at one place, you can also refer to the previous terms session. They should be available on the channel.
On the
Okay.
YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so you go to, let's say, Mad1 channel, you search for May 2024 project sessions or Jan 2024 project sessions, you'll have all at once, right?
Okay. Understood, sir. Thank you.
Okay, next CP.
Sir, I'm unable to access the project tab as after doing the sign-in process on Viva workflow, it is showing forbidden access.
That's what. So as I said, the registration is still in the process. Some students may have been registered. Some students are still into process. Okay, so maybe not now, but in a couple of days you should be able to. Just wait till 25. You should be able to.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, next Nitin.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, I have two questions. One is that when I logged into the project, registered project, I'm seeing MAD to May 2023 drop down there. And it's showing project ticket show V2 and grocery store V2.
Yeah. So were you registered for May 23 project also before?
I had, I think, last, but I had dropped it off.
Okay. All right. So it is only visible because you were registered to that term. Does not matter. When we register you for the September 24 term, you should be able to see that also. Okay. As of now, the terms have not been created because the registrations are not finalized.
Okay, so I shouldn't worry about that.
No, you should not.
Maybe I'll do the ticket show. Maybe I thought I'll do the ticket show.
No. I just clarified the question statement, right? So don't see, the thing is, whatever question statement will appear under the tab of September 2024, that you have to do. Okay.
Okay, so that
Just
is
because
not
it was
visible
showing
there.
does not mean it was correct, right? Because the term itself is not correct.
Yes. Okay. Second, has the mentorship signing up process started?
Not yet. It will start.
For MAT 2?
No, neither for MAT 1 nor for MAT 2. It will start in probably a week.
Yeah, and I've registered for both MAT 2 and the MAT 2 project. I mean, is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay. Next, Arya. Arya
Yeah,
Sinha.
good evening, sir. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah, sir, actually, I didn't understand the structure of folder. In MAD 1 lab assignments, we used to keep the Python file in root folder, and there were different folders for templates and static folder. So should we keep that structure only, or the structure will change for this
It is one and the
project?
same thing.
So
Okay,
we
whatever you
should do
see.
the same, right?
Yeah. Do the same. The thing is, see, there can be difference in understanding of what structure you are saying and what I'm understanding. So don't worry about it. We will be anyway telling you what the structure should be in the project sessions. That is for sure. But if at all there is any misunderstanding and you did not understand, you can anyway validate, right? So as I said, validation is something that you should do first before you even submit, right? So you validate, it will tell you whether it is valid or not. If it is valid, you can straight away submit, not an issue. If it is says invalid, then you can maybe take help of or maybe query that on the discourse or to the instructor. They'll let you know what the issue is. Okay. We can also ask you to send your submissions through mail, check it, validate it, and then send it back to you where you can, make it, upload it on the portal.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so don't worry
And
about these things. Tell me.
actually, here is written, submission does not contain any .py file. That is why I was confused.
Yeah, so have you got the mail, is it?
Mail for?
Where do you see this? Submission does not contain .py files. The reason, the document, is it?
Yeah,
Yeah, see, so
you
what
are
that's what.
sharing,
So
right?
correct. So see, what happens is, if you do not follow the specific structure, it might give you a false output that the Python files are not present, even though they are present. Okay.
Okay.
So that structure, what exactly you should put in, what should be the folder names, how you should zip the folder, everything will be shown in the project session that you can follow and then validate. Okay, it does not mean that you have followed whatever we have told. It means it will be valid, right? So you follow whatever we are giving, then you validate it, then you will get. We will also tell you what validation process is. Once you are sure that the project is validated or not, it is successfully validated or not, then you can submit. If it is validated, you can submit. If it is not, then you'll have to make some changes.
Okay, so if everything is validated, I have checked all this, then no worries to submit the project.
Correct.
I can submit it without any worry,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Obviously.
Okay.
Okay. Next, Ayush.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes. Are there two Ayushes? Okay, there is Ayush Konar. Okay.
Okay, yeah. So the links for the sessions will be provided provided in like where do I get the links for the sessions
Which sessions?
for Mad1 project?
Yeah, but is it project sessions you're talking about? Live
Yes,
sessions?
the project sessions,
It
the
will be
live
there in the
sessions.
calendar, no? It will be available in the calendar.
Okay, but at the moment I cannot access the Mad1 project tab in my current projects. So I don't know where to get that.
Yeah, so you'll get it. Don't worry. As I said, by 25th, all the registrations will be confirmed. If you have that issue even after 25th, are you able to access this course?
Yes, I'm able to
You can
access
just
this
post
course.
it there. Okay. But anyway, see, the
Okay.
thing is, we will provide the links and everything. I mean, once the sessions start, everybody or anybody will have the link. They can anyway share, right? But okay,
Yeah.
in the discourse also, I'll share the session links of all the sessions we have, right? So you can refer from there if not. Okay, but I think by
Right.
25th, everything will be visible to you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Next, Rishabh. Yes, but your voice is not clear.
Hello? Not here.
No, Rishabh. Can you type in the chat? If your doubt is small enough, you can type on the chat. I'll see from there.
Okay.
Okay. Next, Ramchandra. K. Ramchandra. Are you there, sir? Okay. Tanvi Chaturvedi.
Yeah, hello, sir.
Hmm.
Actually, through this session, I got to know that, yeah, other things will be updated later, and overall view I have understood. Just that I had also the same concern that last time I had taken Mad 1 theory, and now I'm taking Mad 1 project and Mad 2 theory. So I can only view the Mad 2 calendar in the Google Calendar right now. So will the project session calendar be updated then later for Mad 1? Because right now I can only access Mad 2 theory and project.
So
Google
project,
Calendar.
Mad 1 project, you had registered
I've
when?
registered this term only for that. This term
Registered
only.
this term only. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So for that, that will be updated later then.
So what is the problem now? You cannot see the project session link, is
Yeah.
it?
Not the project session for Mad 1. Only Mad 2 theory I can see. For project session of Mad 1 I cannot see. So maybe that will be then updated later.
Okay. I'll check.
Yeah. Okay. And other than that, so in the project sessions when they're there, although everyone will have different maybe approaches for their projects because there be their own approach, but overall general help will be given, right?
Yeah.
If someone asks for some help and some in whatever technical help they want,
Right.
in
Right.
general will
So
be given.
yeah. Yeah, so I'll just come to the project sessions. If anybody has project session related queries, please lower your hand. That would be the next topic.
Okay.
Okay, if anyone has a doubt related to boot camps and mentorship, that would be the next topic. Okay, so you can lower your hands because I see there are so many hands raised, and I want to cover the other topics also. Okay, so I might
Okay,
take
sure.
one more, one more query now, and then I'll come back to you. You can keep your hands raised. I'll come back to you, and then come. The idea is to cover the content first. I'll take the doubts, not an issue. Okay.
Okay, sure. Thank you, sir.
Next, Anshul.
Yes, am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, just two questions I had. So, is it confirmed that the first window will start from October 10th?
First what? First window. Yes, most probably 99% it is done.
Okay, sir. And for the submission for that window, do we have to submit the PDF and the video during that time only, or only after confirmation that we've cleared like level 1 or level 2?
No, no, it has to be done during submission only. Okay.
Okay,
So
sir.
just give me a minute. I'll show you. I will just show you. Give me a minute. Mad 1 May 24. I hope you can see this, right? Just stop sharing for a minute. Just give me a minute. I'm just checking. Okay. Most probably it is not possible as of now, but I wanted to show you what actually happens when you try to submit. We'll show it in one of the sessions. So what exactly happens is when you click on submit the project, it will there itself ask you to upload your file, the project zip. First thing. Second thing, the project this thing video URL and the report URL. Okay, so there itself you have to submit.
Yes, sir. Got it, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so others, I'll come to you after I have finished talking about the project sessions. Okay, it is a small topic, then I'll come back to you. Okay, keep your hands raised so that I can continue with where we have stopped. Okay, so now coming to the project sessions, what do we actually provide in the project sessions is these sessions for MAD 1 and MAD 2 for both it will happen on Mondays. Okay, MAD 1 the timing would be 4 to 6. MAD 1 it will be 4 to 6 and MAD 2 it will be 6 to 8. All right. The idea of project sessions is to do the entire project from our end. Okay. So what we'll do is, for example, we'll take a dummy project. Okay. It can be any one of the project already given to you, not to you, but already given in one of the terms. We'll take that project. Okay. We'll explain the question statement and we will entirely implement that project code wise into the sessions. Okay, we'll break it down into multiple these things, multiple subtopics, and cover each of the subtopics in one of the sessions. All right, so that you know how to create the database, how to create the backend file, how to create HTML files, how to link multiple things together, and things like that. Okay, you will be doing, you may have done a lot of questions, this thing, right? Lab assignments and everything. So that is kind of smaller projects. But when you're working on to something as big as the actual project of the course, what things have to be taken care of? What should be the file structure? And in general, what do you need, right? So all those things will be taken care of. I'll just give you a glimpse of what we have done in the last session last term, right, about project. Give me a minute. Yeah. So I hope you can see the this thing, right? This sheet here. So what is this exactly? This is what we have done in the last project session. Okay, I'll also open the this thing YouTube link for this. You can go to Mad1 channel and in the playlist. Okay, go to the Mad1 channel. In the playlist, you can see Mad1 May 24 project session, right? Just go to the view full playlist, right? So you can see the project sessions are built, right? So you can see these are 2 to 3 hours comprehensive each session, wherein we start from the scratch, create a piece of code, link those, and keep on building up as a project, right? What we have done in that session is you can see the live session. So what we have done it, we have taken Kanban project statement. It was one of the earlier question statements of Appdev project. All right, we have broken down into multiple things, right? So you can see discussion on problem statement, project implementation, front end, data models, CRUD operation on models, CRUD operation on summaries of user and admin, CRUD operation on APIs. You can try to relate it with the actual question statement also, and you'll see a lot of similarities, right? So what we try to do is we select a question statement that is closely similar to very closely similar to the actual question statement. Okay, we code on that question statement and you code on yours. Okay, so there can be two approaches that you select. Either you code along and create the exactly the same project that we are creating and then work on your project from the scratch once you understood the concept. That is the one approach. The other approach is we work on our project and you work on yours, right? Because the central idea, the approach will remain the same, right? If you're creating database models based on one question statement, you can give it a thought and create database models on your question statement. Okay, the valid question statement for you, right? So the project sessions are therefore very comprehensive and kind of give a very good idea of the errors and everything that you face, the hurdles that come in throughout the project creation process. Okay, that is the reason students registered for projects should attend these sessions. All right, they are available on YouTube anyway, so it doesn't matter if you miss one of the sessions. Okay, especially for students who have both Mad1 and Mad2, you can see that these are available. I mean, while Mad1 and Mad2 project sessions are consecutively scheduled, right, 4 to 6 and 6 to 8, there is a chance that one will overlap with other when that content is extended, right? So in that case, you can just drop off and watch on the YouTube later. Okay, and at any point you can have G spaces and discourse to ask your queries. Okay, that is there. So this is about the project sessions. Okay, I'll take doubts on this also. Apart from this, I will just cover one more thing. That is the services that we provide for you to help you with the project. Okay, what are these? Okay, so these will come in the form of three things: online boot camps, offline boot camps, and project mentorship. Please do not confuse the project mentorship with boot camps. These two to three things are independently different. Okay, I'll just come to the sheet what I wanted to share. Okay, so let us go to the tentative plan. Okay, so this tentative plan is something that gives you on what kind of boot camps that are there coming into the term, when are these, and how do you register, when do you register. Okay, one must be available with you, the online boot camp, and I think even the offline boot camp, the registration must be available with you. Okay, but what are we going to have? Okay, I'll just give you a very glimpse of it, a small glimpse of it. So I'll just zoom in again. Don't worry about this. This is for the old term. Okay, so this is the online bootcamp first, right? This is the first bootcamp for September term online. Okay, and it is going to happen from 1st of October. So you can see this date is important for you. It is going to happen from 1st of October. It will last till 20th of October. So it is going to be around 20 to 21 days boot camps. What actually happens in this boot camp is, I think the registration has already started. So you may have got the form for it. Okay, meaning you may have got the mail for it. All the project registered students may have got the mail for it. Okay, so what you have to do, what is this basically about? Okay, so what do we do in online boot camps? Online boot camps are nothing but you doing the project on your own, but taking the help of a mentor. Okay, the same approach that happens in the project session is happening in the boot camp. Okay, in the boot camp also what happens is entire project or these 20 set of 20 days is broken into 6 to 7 segments. Okay, every segment the mentor will be working on one part of the project. Okay, for example, let's say I am a mentor of you for you, and all the students have opted for online boot camp. What will they do? They will join the sessions. Okay, you can see the timing. I think it will be yeah, so these are the two available timings it is given. So these sessions actually happen in the morning and evening shift, that is 10 a.m. to 12 noon and 7 to 9. Okay, you can select any one of it because obviously the content will remain same, right? So these two shifts are created in a sense that all the students, working, non-working professionals, all can attend at their respective time, right? So what actually happens is the entire 20 days are broken down into set of 5 to 7 sessions. Okay, very similar to this, right? The live session that I've shown. Okay, so you can see these are all 7 sessions. Okay, so what happens is day one, the mentor will explain the question statement and do some basics. Okay, day two and day three, you will join in the same time and get your doubts cleared into the breakout rooms. Okay, so the mentor should be able to put you into a breakout room and ask your doubt in one-to-one manner. Why breakout rooms are necessary? Because at any point, remember, we don't want to share our code, right? So let's say one mentor will have around 10 to 15 students based on the number of registration, obviously. But let's say every mentor has 10 to 15 students. Okay, so they all will be there in the meet, right? So would not want to share your code there. That is the reason you come into the breakout room and then you can share where only you or the mentor can see the code. All right. Then whatever you will show them whatever work you have done, what should be the next step, how you should approach certain things, and also get verified your errors, whatever are coming, right? So that will happen in 2 days. Then day four, the mentor will come in. Everyone will join. The mentees of that particular mentor will join, and then they will be asking. Sorry, the mentor will be working on a new topic. What should be the new topic? Let's say this thing, project implementation on front end. Okay, the question statement will be something that the mentor decides. All right, you can again follow one of the two approaches that I've given. Right, either code along with the mentor and create that very project the mentor is creating and then work on yours. All right, that is the first thing. The second is you understand what they're teaching and apply the same on your actual questions. Okay, so this is how it is going to happen around 20 days. All right, that is what is online bootcamp. Such online boot camps are going to happen twice in the term. Okay, once in October, once in November. Okay, so for any reason you feel that you're not ready to attend boot camp or not ready to cope up with the speed of the mentor or anything, you would not want to try it out now. You can maybe do it in the November when you are acquainted with some content. Okay, when you find that other things are not really helping you, then you can take the November one, right? So nothing is stopping you. I'm just letting you know that there are these options there, right? So the first online boot camp would start from 10th sorry 1st of October. Okay, the registrations are already started. Meanwhile, these operational things will be done by us. Links and everything will come to you 1 to 2 days prior to the actual start of the this thing. Okay, actual start of the boot camp, and your slot and everything will be according to what you have selected. All right, so let's say I have selected mad 1 morning session, so you will be given to a you will be assigned to a mad 1 mentor, and you will be joining 10 to 12 time slot, right? The links and everything, the mentor information will be given to you. You will also be added to a G space where you can where you can ask minor doubts. Okay, you would not want to join session and do a breakout room and a larger discussion just for a very trivial doubts. Okay, so at any point you will also be added to a G space where you can ask their doubts. So the mentor will be there, instructors will be there, hardly responding, but mentors will be there and students will be there. Okay, why instructors are not responding? Because they just are there to monitor what is happening into the group. So we would want to see larger participation of students into the groups because these are already created for you. Okay, mentor would not want to just sit idle there. Okay, mentor is always available. Ask your doubts, doesn't matter how trivial it is. Nobody is judging you, nobody is marking you based on your participation, right? So ask your doubts and get it clear. At the end of the day, you have to get your project done rather than seeing the process or approach how it is done. right? Originally should be done by you. That is the whole idea. All right. The same thing will be followed in the November. Okay. So you can see, okay, online bootcamp 2, it will happen in November. All right. Starting from 1st November to 20th November. Okay. Everything will be around then. Okay. So what is important to you is the registration start and end date and the actual bootcamp start, right? Rest everything will be done by this. Okay. Again, you will get a mail for this. Somewhere around near 15 16 of October. Okay, and then you should be able to start working on or start registering onto the second bootcamp. Okay, this is online. So there are going to be two versions of online bootcamp happening into this term. Okay, apart from this, interested student can come to the campus. This is where we start off with offline bootcamp. Okay, offline bootcamp is not going to be 20 days because would not want you to take a break of 20 days from whatever you do, right? If you're a student, you're going to college, you're working, we would not want you to take a 20 days break and come here. It will be 7 days. So what is the difference? The only difference is that 2 to 3 days that you're getting after every session will be cut off, right? And these are going to be more comprehensive. Okay, why? Because these are going to span entire day. There will be morning session, then break, then evening session. You will be given accommodation if you want and things like that. All right. Registration for the same, we will let you know. You will get a mail. This is the tentative dates, but it is going to start from I think 10th of October. Okay, 10th of October to 16th of October. All right. I think I've highlighted it. Yeah. So 10th of October to 16th of October is where you're having offline bootcamp. Based on number of sessions, we will see the frequency of bootcamp. But as of now, we're going to have only one. All right, only one on offline bootcamp for the term. Okay, what is this bootcamp basically? The idea is you want to work on the project, okay, but you are not very sure where to start, what should be the next step, how to connect multiple components. You know the content, you have gone through the live sessions, you have worked out how to code certain things, but when you look at the project statement, you're not very sure. So at this stage, you need some guidance, and that guidance will be given to you in the form of bootcamps. All right. So the boot camps will kind of not only give you the guidance, but also let you know how a project should be created while the mentors create a project of their own. All right. So in that case, you will get the information. Right. So this is about offline and online boot camps. Okay. See, offline and online bootcamp will happen in the span of 7 days or 20 days, right? Offline bootcamp will be 7 days. Online bootcamp will be 20 days. But again, the actual content delivery will happen in around 7 to 8 sessions only, right? The remaining will be given to you to utilize the time, work on the project, come back with your queries and get those things sorted. Okay, that is the whole idea of online bootcamp. Okay, the difference is online bootcamp you can do it with at your home at whatever place you're comfortable with. Offline, you'll have to come to the campus, attend the classrooms. The screen will be shared and everything. You'll be working on your own code. All right. You get time to, you get opportunity to meet instructors. You get opportunity to meet the mentors. Get those query resolved there and there itself. Doesn't matter how trivial it is. All right. And then you also can, communicate within each other. Obviously, do not communicate the code, but communicate about the ideas. All right. So that is going to be there in bootcamp. All right. Now, apart from this, there is one more thing called as mentorship. Okay. I'm not sure if I mentioned it here. Yeah, one-to-one mentorship. I have. So what is one-to-one mentorship? Don't worry about the dates as of now because I'm not sure if I've updated it. But what is this about? It starts with giving you some one-to-one assistance. Okay. In boot camps, there is content delivery, right? We teach you how to work on a project. We teach you on certain components. We work on it, and then you follow it. Mentorship is not teaching. Okay, it is simply doubt clearance. Okay. Now, for example, if I want to create certain part of the project, I've created first component, I've created second component, but I'm facing issues with connecting these two components. I'm facing issues with compatibility of these two components. How do I solve that? Okay, it is merely for getting your queries resolved based on whatever work you have done. Okay, no mentor in one-to-one mentorship will give you any content. Okay, okay. Now, how does this happen? Okay, how does this happen? Is students will register for one-to-one mentorship. We will be opening forms for the same very soon, probably by next week, because as this is project driven, right? Everything that is done by you We are sure nobody may have done certain, significant work to actually have doubts at this point. Right. So first you have to work with the boot camps and, project sessions. But when you are, let's say 20 to 30% into your project, you would want some one-to-one assistance. You would want a set of another eye to look at the code and get things resolved, right? There are certain things that you don't see, but others can directly pinpoint, right? So what happens is you come into the mentorship, you register for mentorship. Let's say I want mentorship for MAD1. Okay. Your mentorship will start and will remain open till the deadline of the project, that is 30th November. Okay. During this time, you can take as many as one-to-one session with your mentor. Okay. But the total duration of those sessions summed up together should not be more than 5 years. Okay. And this is justifiable. Why? For example, if I have a very short doubt and I wanted to have just a 5-minute meeting where somebody can come in and look into my code. Okay. For that, you would not want to go into a boot camp, right? Or whether it doesn't matter if it is online or offline. You would not want to go into boot camp and take that complete guidance. You just want somebody to look at your code, clear your query, and drop off. That's all. It will take 2 to 3 minutes. Sometimes it will take half an hour, right? So that summing up together should not be more than 5 hours. So it can be as short as 1 to 2 minute session, or it can be as long as half hour, 1 hour, doesn't matter. Together it should, sum up with 5 hours. Okay. So that is how one-to-one assistance is given. It has nothing to do with content delivery. Okay. It has nothing to do with what mentor is teaching you. There won't be any teaching happening. There will be only discussion and query resolving. Okay, so it is just like a guidance. Somebody is standing behind you to see, whether you are, making any wrong turn into your project process, whether you are stuck at some point, get it clarified, and then you can move ahead. So this kind of is beneficial for those who are done with the theory, who know the content, who have worked with the code, but are facing issues here and there, right? So this is the nature of one-to-one mentorship. So you can see this is different from what boot camp is. Okay, a boot camp mentor is different from a one-to-one mentor. All right, so that is what it is, right? These three things are three different services: online boot camp, offline boot camp, and one-to-one mentorship. It does not mean that if you have taken online boot camp, you cannot take offline boot camp. Does not mean, right? All three things are independent. You can take all three of them. You can take none of them, right? Depends on how much assistance you want. Okay. So that is how it is going to be. The deadline for one-to-one. So mentorship ends. When does it end? Either it ends with the deadline, because after 30th November, anyway, if you have even 3 years left, what will you do? Right? Project submission is one. Or whatever finishes, right? If the 5 hours are taken and used before the deadline, it will terminate. Okay, that is how it is going to be. Okay, so I've covered the project sessions now, how project sessions are going to happen. Project sessions will be instructor led. Okay, instructor will be taking the project session, but the online boot camp, offline boot camp, mentorship will be registered mentors and TAs of the Appdev course. Okay, they are very good with mentorship because they have a lot of experience. They have seen so much doubts. So at any point, they should be able to solve your queries without intervention of instructors also. Okay, so it will be self-paced. Mentorship and everything will be self-paced. No dependency on instructor. The only thing that we do is, connect you with a mentor. That is what we are going to do. Okay, I hope these three things are clear. Now I'll come back to hands raised. I'll stop sharing. Okay, leave it. I'll come back to hands raised and take your queries on mentorship, first part that we have covered, project sessions and things like that. Okay. Okay, next I'll come to K. Ramachandra. Can you speak, sir? No, I think there is an issue with the mic or something. You can put your query on chat. I'll come to the chat once the raised hands are done. Okay, there's so many raised hands, but I think some of the doubts might be, common or recurring doubts. Okay, next, Mohammed Abdul.
Yeah, hi, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Can I use any other libraries like Flask, sockets, and
Flask
other
sockets?
Yeah.
What is this about? I mean, I'm not sure.
I have I don't know whether it can be executed or not, but kind of like up and down chat system in the
Okay, socket. So why do you
yeah,
need chat?
after doing the core, so it will be an additional.
See, once you're done with the core requirements, you can use, I mean, you can do the optional requirement, but again, you have to stay within the tech stack given, right? It cannot be too high, right? So the thing is, the idea is we should be able to, evaluate you on the same scale, right? There can be a lot of very good application, very good frameworks that can help you to do things very easily. But then how do we judge you, right? So that is the thing. Uh, try to stick with the given tech stack as long as or as far as the core requirements are concerned. Once you're done with that, once you want to move to any other feature, you can ask instructors at that point, because at that point it would be easier for us to answer, right, knowing what stage you are with the project.
Yeah.
At this point will be tough to comment.
Okay, sure. Thank you so much.
Okay. Shramdeep.
Sir, am I audible?
Yes.
So I was asking like the doubt that in my portal I have taken Mat 2 project this term. So whenever I click on Mat 2 project, it takes me to the Mat 1 portal, the Viva portal.
Yeah, so maybe the registration is not yet done. Try after a couple of days. Okay, it will happen.
Okay, and yeah, other thing was that I like my Mad 1 portal is also still not updated. Like the absolute score, I am not able to see like how much I got. I can only see the scaled up score. Like since I did the theory previous term, so like I got as grade. So, but I don't know what's the actual grade I got
Okay,
after the
we'll
Viva.
check. Okay, we'll check.
Okay, sir.
I think we have not updated the level 1 and level 2 scores of the final batch, I think, but
Yeah, yes, sir. The last, I guess the before the extension batch, the score was not updated yet.
Okay, we'll check.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, next, Monesh.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, just wanted to clarify on the eligibility for the bootcamp. So currently, I haven't done MAD 1 theory. I have registered in this term. I'm doing as of now. So DBMS MAD 1 I'm doing concurrently. And so can I apply for the bootcamp?
You've taken the MAD 1 project, is it?
MAD 1 project, yes, I have registered this
You
term.
can apply. You can apply for bootcamp. But the thing is, see, again, you need to understand the nature of bootcamp, right? Offline bootcamp, definitely, I would suggest not to do. Why? Because it is a 7-day comprehensive, right? You might be doing, things like APIs and validation while you are just learning HTML, right? Since this is your first term for the theory, right? So it might go, most of the things might go above your head. Okay, so you might have a difficult time working in the offline boot camp. So I would suggest not to waste your time and money into it. You can take online boot camp, but that too in the month of November. Okay, not this one.
Okay, in the November, if I take, sir, like the topics that are required, right, I will be cope up with them. Like until
Yeah,
that
mostly
point,
you will at least have some basic idea, and then you can, take over from there.
right?
See, November meaning we will be at least in week 6 or 7, right? For Mad One project, content up to week 5 is sufficient. Okay. For
Okay,
the
week
core
5.
requirements of Mad One project, content up to week 5 is sufficient. So week 5 will be done by then. Okay. So you might be having some idea while you may have done the lab assignment and things like that. So you will have some idea, right? So at that point, you can take the boot camp and start working on it. You can grasp things better than doing it now, right now, because you are new to the course. Okay, this is for everybody who have taken the course, theory course, and the project. I suggest you to take boot camp, online boot camp, second one, right? Offline boot camp, there is only one. Anyway, I would not have suggested offline boot camp. But for the students who have taken the theory course now in September 24 and have done taken the project also, it is advisable to take second online bootcamp than the first one. Okay, put in your time and effort and your learning thing into actual content, theory content for at least first 5 weeks. Okay, then otherwise it will be too much to take in, and then you might find it difficult.
Okay, and week 5 content you mean, sir, MAD 1 theory or DBMS also, or DBMS entire
MAD
content?
1, Appdev. So Appdev,
Okay,
right. So although DBMS is a core requisite of Appdev,
right.
we make sure that everything will be related to project. Everything will be done based on whatever we are giving you as content. Okay, including the professor-based sessions, screencast, and live session. All those things will cover not only your web development aspect but also the database aspect. Okay.
Right. I just wanted to clarify, sir, as like a DBMS content, I mean, the theory part will also be applicable, right? The concepts and all. So
Concepts
just
will
want,
be applicable. Tech stack will be different because DBMS you'll use PostgreSQL. AppDev you'll use SQLite. Okay. So database will differ. That's how the tech stack will differ, but concept will remain.
right, right. Okay, sir. And so, sorry, I missed that part, sir. Like for the difference between bootcamp session and mentorship, right? So bootcamp session is that is also a doubt clearing session, but with more time. That
Yeah. So
sounded
see,
like that, but
I would say project sessions plus mentorship sessions equals to bootcamp sessions. Okay. So what is happening in project
okay.
sessions? Content delivery. Okay. But doubt clearance is not happening to that scale because in project session, you might not be able to share your screen. Okay.
Okay.
Right. But in mentorship session, what is happening? Since it is one-to-one, you will be able to share your screen and share your doubts with the mentor. Both of these things will happen in boot camp sessions because you see in one of the sessions, you will be given content. In the remaining session, you will be able to go into breakout rooms and ask your doubts. Right?
Okay.
You're getting the
And
idea,
this,
right?
right, right. Yeah, project sessions are free, is it, sir?
Yeah,
You
yeah, it is a
mentioned
part of project course. You have already
project course.
registered for it.
Okay.
Okay, so mentorship online bootcamp is paid, offline bootcamp is paid, project mentorship is paid. Okay, the forms and
Okay.
everything will be, you have to explicitly register for those. You will be given forms, you have to select slot, you have to select course and everything. Okay, project sessions are part of your project course. Okay, so you have already paid for it.
Okay. Yeah, just I was a bit worried on the this part, sir, as DBMS and MAD one I'm taking for first time. So will
Don't
I
worry
be able
about it.
to?
Don't worry about it. Those two things, although DBMS is a part of Appdev, but you would not need it much. Okay, we will take care of it explicitly within the course.
Okay. Okay, sir. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Okay. Next, A. Lakshmi.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, I wanted to ask two things. One is, where can we get the document for this MAD one, the one we were sharing earlier?
Yeah, that will be, see, the thing is, everything will be provided to you via mail, or you should have access to the project, grading document for September 24th. Okay, within the grading document, you will have access to these links.
Okay, sir. Sir, I checked the grading document. As of now, this doc is not there, but others are there.
It will be updated. We see, the
Okay.
thing is, I am yet to put the links. Okay, so that is on my
Okay.
end. I'll put in the links. I'll update everything. I will also be preparing a PPT of whatever we discussed today and put
Okay,
it.
sir.
Okay, so you should be able to see it from there.
Sir, one more thing. The discourse page for project is same as MAD one theory discourse page.
No, it's different. Project
It's different.
for project for this project for MAD one, right? So there is
Yeah.
modern application development one, that is the theory for MAD one, and project for MAD one is the project discourse. So if you're not registered, you will be registered in a couple of days.
Okay, sir. Thanks. If not, I can send a mail, right?
Yeah, definitely. You can send a mail. Also, we will be creating G spaces for September term. All the registered project students will be added there. Okay.
Oh, okay, sir. Yeah. Thank you.
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, Ramachandran. Now you're audible.
Yeah, I'm sorry to break the line. I was actually
No, it's okay.
fixing my mic. Sir, actually, I wanted to know that if I opt for the online bootcamp, so will all the topics be covered in a 20 days time period, and I will be able to complete my whole project in those 20 days?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Right. So they are, so that's what, right? So in the project session, whatever we do throughout the term, that will be done within 20 days. Okay, even in offline bootcamp, everything will be done in 7 days. Okay, that is there.
Okay, sir. And so another thing is that I'm trying to register for the online bootcamp, but it is saying that I need to enter a name for the preferred mentor.
Just put NA. Okay, if you're
I
not
can
sure
write
about the
anything.
mentor, just put NA.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, that's all.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Oh. All right. Next, we'll go to Yogananda.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
I want to ask two questions. One is,
Actually, voice is very low. It's feeble. I'm not able to hear it clearly. Can you try again louder?
Can you be able to hear now?
Not really.
Now, come to the nearby the hotspot. Is it okay now?
Yeah, go ahead. I'll try to make it out.
Okay. So actually nothing. 2-3 things only quickly. I have completed my MAD 1 theory and project in T3 of September 23 and taken a long break three times.
Okay.
And now only I am resuming after some breaks. So now I have registered for MAD 2 and MAD 2 project, both theory and
okay.
So which will be better to start with, the IES or HSA? Since
See,
HSA is starting now, or what?
Both of the statements are new to you. I would suggest you to go for household services.
Okay, that is one first question. Secondly, there is a in grading document. It is mentioned as for entering degree level in January 2025, you have to complete all projects and Vivas by November 2024. What will be the latest deadline we should target? Because I will be completing with this all the diplomas, both diplomas.
Okay,
These
30th
are the
November.
only pending.
30th November.
30th
There is
November.
the final deadline. Yes.
So that is okay, fine. Okay.
Yeah, because then after that, it will be all go. I mean, all the time will go into Vivas, creating results, uploading gradings, and everything.
I was thinking whether I should do it somewhere before 15 days or 20 days like that to complete the Viva also before 30th. So that was my doubt.
Before 30th of November, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So see, the thing is, we will be updating the windows. Okay. As of now, they're not. We'll be updating the windows. You can then decide according to that, right? So for example, I think you should target the second window. Okay. It will be somewhere around. So let's say if, first window is from 10th October to 30th October. Second window would be 1st November to 15th November, right? And Vivas will happen in third week of November. So you will be done at least 10 days before 30th November.
Okay. One more small doubt alone. This MAT 2 theory also we have mentorship separately, or
yeah,
is
separate.
sufficient? That is separately available.
Yeah. Everything that is there for MAT 1 is there for MAT 2 separately.
No, actually, when I did MAT 2, no mentorship was there in 2020.
Yeah, September 23 it was not there. It is only from last 3 terms we're doing it. May 20, I think so. Okay. September 23 mentorship was just introduced, but now we have a better structure to do it. So January 24
I have done Java and system commands. I
Okay.
able to see the usefulness of the mentorship. So I thought I will take that for theory course also.
Correct. So you're done with the theory. So you're done with MAT 2. You're doing the MAT 2 theory now, right?
No, MAT 2 theory and project both are.
Yeah, it's better to take mentorship and second bootcamp if you want to.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Next, Janeshini.
Good evening, sir. Am I audible, sir?
Yes.
Sir, you had mentioned about the deadlines and the starting date for submission, right, sir? But in our portal, in the grading document, there is one Excel sheet called Viva Planner, and there are 3 cycles. And for the first cycle, the submission date is mentioned as September 28th, sir. So, what is, may I know the
you
difference?
ignore the first cycle. Okay, that was for the pre-extension batch of May term.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
for us,
go ahead.
For us, it is from the second cycle, sir.
Second cycle, yeah. That's what, sir. That's what I said, right? So it is tentative, but it will be around then. Okay, so the term has just started, and we don't very soon start the submission. Okay, because we give certain time for student to understand the question statement, start working on it, and then only be able to submit. Okay, so it will start from 10th October. That is what I feel. Okay.
Yes, sir.
The first submission cycle.
Sorry, sir.
The first submission cycle would start from 10th. Okay, before that, it is all related to extension of May term. Okay, you don't have to worry about it.
Okay, sir. And my next doubt is the procedure to apply for online bootcamp, has it started, sir?
Which one you are targeting? This thing, October or November?
November, sir.
November is yet to start. You will get it from in the second, third week of November. Okay, right before, I think you will get it from on 19th or 20th November. Okay, that registration process is yet to start. Of October, you may have got them.
Yes, sir. Oh, okay, sir. Is it compulsory that we should join for the bootcamp also,
No,
sir?
no, no, it's not compulsory. Only if you need some assistance, you can. Otherwise, project sessions, if you're following thoroughly and you're able to cope up, that's fine.
Yes, sir. Will the same interaction be available in the project session as well, sir?
As far as code sharing is concerned, not much because see, there we don't have breakout rooms, right? So code sharing and everything will not be encouraged that much, but content delivery will be top notch, right? Content delivery will be good. Okay, if you have
Yes.
queries regarding that, then what you should do is, if you're not very, interested in bootcamp, you can just do the project sessions, regular project sessions, and then take the one-to-one mentorship. Okay, so that is on you. Whenever you want a session, you can just connect with the mentor, join in, get your doubts cleared, and drop.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for clarifying my doubt, sir.
Next, Amar Kumar.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right.
My also doubt was regarding to joining a boot camp, or is it necessary to joining the boot camp?
No, no, it's not necessary. If you need extra, I mean, see, what we provide by default with the project courses, the project sessions, question statement, okay, content, content meaning your registration to workflow, documents, documentation, whatever you need, links to everything, and project sessions, right? YouTube link and everything. If you need more assist, and also obviously will be added to G Spaces and Discourse. Okay, so all your queries and everything you can ask there. These are the things that you get with the project course. If you need more assistance, as I said, when I explained about boot camps, I said the services, additional services we provide, right? So if you need more assistance in doing the project, you can opt for boot camps, online, offline, or mentorship. These things are additional and not mandatory. Okay, only if you need, you can opt.
An average student can do a standalone projects without any taking boot camp and mentorship.
Completely up to you, man. See, it depends on how well you have a grasp of the content and how well you're able to do it. Okay, it doesn't matter if the average student or good student or bad student. It completely depends on what is your understanding of the content, right?
Okay, okay. So if
Okay,
I
so I
have a
cannot.
good grasp on, if I have good grasp on Mad One theory, then I can do a standalone.
You're talking about Madvan project then?
Mad One, if I have a good hand on Mad One theory, then I can do a standalone project.
Yeah. Have you gone through the question statement?
Question statement, sir. You have talked about the question statement. We will talk on project session. So
Yes, but we have already shared it, right? So you may have the access of it,
okay, okay.
right? So it was shared on 19th September. Sorry, when was it shared? 19th August, right? So it was quite a time back. So it was shared with you. You might have the mail. Go through it, see how much you can relate, right? If you are able to relate it there itself, then you don't need
Sir,
any assistance.
I have currently registered in this term, Mad One
Yes, that's
theory.
okay. That's okay. But you may have got the mail for it. Okay. If not, we anyway will be sharing whatever documents we discussed today, all right, with you all. And then you can go to the question statement. If you find question statement, okay, I can understand what I need to do, when I need to do, what things will be required, what topics will be required. You don't need any assistance, right?
Okay, okay. Okay, thank you, sir.
Mhm. Okay. Next, Nidhi Maheshwari. Okay. Nidhi is not there. Devashish.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Can I
put my question to this in the chat box?
Have you put your question in chat box?
Yes. You are Adarsh, no?
Yes.
Specifically to me.
Sorry?
Have you got that?
One second. Was it a direct message?
Yeah.
I'll just check. Hmm. One second. I'm not able to find so many messages. One second. Can you just put the question back? Not able to find. There's so many questions.
To you or
You can just put to others POD because I think there can be other others also, right? So just put it into others POD. I think that's the
I once again.
yeah. Okay. Meanwhile, I'll take somebody else. Yes, Avinash, BR Avinash.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Good evening.
I just wanted to check the timings for the offline bootcamp.
Yeah, so offline boot camp, see, since it is going to happen into the campus, it is going to start 10 in the morning. All right, so there will be two sessions. Okay, so 10 to 12:30 and 2:30 to 4. 2 to 4:30, sorry. Okay, per day. So you will be having around 5 to 6 hours of sessions per day.
Okay, so will we have sessions in all days, including the Sunday?
Yes. So it is 7 day, right? You start anyway.
Okay. And will the accommodation be provided, like in case, because the first day is on the 10th, like if, let us say I arrive one day ahead, like on the 9th, will the accommodation for the 9th
Yeah,
also
yeah,
be
yeah.
provided?
Yeah, so accommodation will start from 9th and it will be there till 16th, 17th. Why? Because 16th, by the end of the day only we are ending the thing, right? So
Okay.
we would not want you to hush and rush and do it there itself. So it will be starting from 9th morning to 17th morning, I guess. 17th afternoon.
Okay, okay. And is there any like eligibility criteria for the offline bootcamp, or is it like
No.
first
You
come
just have
first
to
served?
be no. You just have to be registered for. You just have to register. I mean, see, you should be a registered student for a project. Okay,
Mhm.
that is the only eligibility criteria, and there is no limited seats. Will be depend. It will depend on how many registrations we get.
Okay. And so you also mentioned like we could get false positives in the plagiarism check, right?
Hmm.
It's a rare case, but you mentioned that it might happen.
Hmm.
So how to collect proof that I'm the one who's working on the code?
Yeah, that is one thing. So what you do is you track it privately. Okay, you create a private repository from the beginning. Okay,
Okay.
so all the commit history is something that will help us.
Okay.
Okay, at every stage, maybe when you feel that you have achieved certain component of the project, just take
Mhm.
pictures, working of the project, screenshots, all those things will help.
Okay.
Hmm?
Yes, sir. And I saw that we don't have a Google space for the Mat2 project for this term.
No, it's yet to create. It will be
Okay, sure, sure. Thank you. Thank you so much.
okay. Next, Lalit.
Good evening, sir.
Right.
I wanted to ask about the fees for the bootcamp and the mentorship sessions.
Mentorship session. One second. I forgot. It's not mentioned here. See, boot camp, online boot camp, it will be 1500. Okay, online boot camp, it will be 1500. Offline boot camp, if you are not taking accommodation, okay, you're just coming in, you have your own arrangement of the accommodation, it will be 2000. All right.
Okay.
And with accommodation, it will be 7000. So 5000 is for accommodation.
Okay. For mentorship?
For mentorship, I think it will be again 1500. Not very sure. I'll put in. Okay, but see, the thing is, when you get the form, the amount will be mentioned there. Okay, so it will be in between 1000 and 1500.
Okay. Also,
Okay,
I wanted
now one
to
more
ask
thing is, I mean, we'll anyway mention it when we start, but let's say for online boot camp and not for online boot camp, for the offline boot camp, okay, if you have submitted the project, we will be refunding 1000 rupees, okay, from the registration.
Also, I wanted to ask where can we access the problem statement for this term?
Problem statement was shared via mail, so you can check that. But we will be also sharing this document, right? So which one? This one, right? So you see here, when you go through this documentation, you will see here, yeah, right here, right? So here the problem statement will be added. Okay, so we'll be sharing this project document with you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
So project document related documents, Git tracker, FAQ, everything will be added into this document and you can refer from. But I think the project statement was shared. I'll just check with the team. Project statement was shared. The published document of it was shared with all the registered students. I think some registrations are yet to get confirmed. So once the total registration is confirmed, I think all the documentations will be shared. Okay, so just have to wait for a couple of days.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, once I'll get back to the hands raised. Next, Hitanshu. Hitanshu,
हेलो सर।
Yes, go ahead.
सर जैसे मेरे को जानना था कि मैंने इसी टर्म में मैड 1 का थ्योरी और प्रोजेक्ट दोनों लिया है, तो मेरे को क्या ऑफलाइन बूट कैंप ज्वाइन करना सही होगा या ऑनलाइन इस वाले जो बूट कैंप है उसमें ज्वाइन करना सही होगा? क्योंकि
Joining online.
थ्योरी कंप्लीशन अभी मेरा पूरा नहीं हुआ है।
So that's what, right? You should join the second online bootcamp in November, right? That's what I said. When you are not ready with the theory content, you are just doing it for the very first time. Joining offline bootcamp or first online bootcamp will, I think, waste your time. All right, because the content delivery and implementation is done in a very quick succession there.
Yes, sir.
Okay, when the second online bootcamp starts, it starts from 1st of November, right? So you get 1 month to actually grasp the theory course. You will be done by at least week 3, week 4. You get acquainted with the content and then you think of joining the bootcamp. All right, so it will be.
सर बूट कैंप 1 में जैसे थ्योरी होगा, थ्योरी कंटेंट डिलीवरी होगा जैसे 21 डे का है, थ्योरी कंटेंट के साथ
bootcamp 2 is
प्रोजेक्ट होगा।
also, see, second bootcamp is also 20 days, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, second bootcamp is also 20 days. So content delivery will happen in around 5 to 7 sessions only. Okay, remaining will be your doubt clearance.
सर तो फर्स्ट बूट कैंप से ज्यादा सेकंड बूट कैंप मेरे लिए सही रहेगा।
Yes, that's what I said.
Okay.
See, first bootcamp, who should participate in first bootcamp? Students who are done with their theory course. Okay. Students who have given at least one attempt to the project. Okay. Students who have not given any attempt to the project but are acquainted with the content of theory course. Right? All these things. Okay. So the thing is, for the students who are willing to take offline bootcamp or first online bootcamp, these kind of students are not looking for theory content or not looking for actual, web dev content. They're looking for, they have the content, they know certain things of it, but the problem is they're not able to connect multiple components with each other. They're facing issues with, connecting multiple components, things like that.
सर तो ये जो बूट कैंप होता है ये हर प्रोजेक्ट में लॉन्च होता है?
Yeah, I think so. I can only talk about Appdev. Okay, but yeah, we have given initiative for the MLP project also. Not sure about BDM, but MLP project we had online bootcamp once. Appdev bootcamps we are having twice every term.
Okay.
Right? So
Thank you.
Appdev bootcamps, we have that structure at this point, so we take it. MLP will surely join in future.
Okay.
Okay, you're able to understand, right?
Yes, sir.
So the only reason I spoke in English because similar doubt other may also have, so everybody should understand.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Next, Piyush Gupta.
Sorry for interrupting, sir. There is extension of same question. If I want to move this project in January term, will I be eligible for in-person bootcamp?
Yeah, in the January terms, right? So there will be in-person boot camps of January term. You should be able to do that.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
That's all. Okay, Piyush.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Piyush here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Actually, last term I did bootcamp for MAD 1. The mentor was very good. So in the form that was given today itself for filling the bootcamp, the preferred mentor, I want that person only. But the time slot, I don't know which time slot will he take.
See, again, we have that option, but we cannot guarantee you that. See, we'll try to do that, but we cannot guarantee you the same mentor because of two reasons. One is the first, the problem that you're having, right? That mentor, for example, mentor X would be available only in the morning session, but you are available only in the evening session, right? So that is that is something that we cannot clear out, right? So in that case, there is a chance of getting the same mentor or the required, I mean, the mentor that you want is less. Okay, that is the first thing. Second thing is the same mentor should be ready to take mentorship as such, right? Boot camp as such. It is not there that all the mentors who took boot camp or mentorship before will be taking this. Okay, they may have other commitments also, so they may not be able to take boot camp this time like that. So they should be available also, right?
Yeah.
If they are available and your time slot matches, definitely you'll get.
Okay.
Okay, you can
Yeah.
just put, let's see. What is important is your time slot whenever you are available. Okay, that has to be put. Mentor will see. That is a secondary thing, and it is again we cannot guarantee you if you'll get the same. Okay. Next, Priya. Priya is there. Okay, Priya can come back. Rishabh. Rishabh, your doubt was it put in the chat because I'm again not able to hear you clearly. Is it with me or? Rishabh, have you put your query on the chat? I'll try to get it from there. I'll just check the chat. Okay, give me a moment. Rishabh. Yeah. Go ahead, Rishabh. Thanks. Yes, you can. Vivas will happen on Sundays also. Okay, so see, generally Vivas will happen from morning 10 till evening 9:30. Okay, doesn't matter what day it is, weekend, weekday. See, you can take your help from the internet. You can directly specify ChatGPT, not an issue. You can take the help from outer resources from internet, but the thing is, you should be able to understand the code first thing, and you should, even if you are taking the help, you don't copy the entire code from internet, right? You understand the code and write it from your own. You understand the code, what is happening, and write everything from your own. Okay, taking outside help is definitely allowed, not an issue, but you are just finding a resource outside, copying the entire code and putting it and saying that this is my original work. This will not be correct, right? Structure, yes, definitely. That's what you're saying, right? Like not the code, but the structure. Structure you can definitely get. All right. Yes, JS API integration you can use, not an issue. Okay. For example, again, okay, I'll create this also. For example, when you use Bootstrap, right? So there is so many, there is so much code that you copy from the Bootstrap documentation and paste it, right? So we make sure that that doesn't come under plagiarism. Only the actual idea, the business logic, the functional components are tested, right? So those things are there, right? You will not be unnecessarily flagged for plagiarism. Even if submission is flagged for plagiarism, we personally go into it, see if it was really a piece of work that is copied from somewhere, and then only then we issue it to you. Only then we give that information to you that your submission is flagged as copied. Okay, it's just that plagiarism checker says something and we blindly follows it, does not happen. Okay, this is for everyone, by the way. Okay. Okay. Aman, next. Aman Srivastava.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, actually, you said like classes in the evening for 4 to 6 for a project session. But I have classes from 4 to 6 in my university.
Okay.
So I cannot be able to attend classes at that time. So what should I do for that?
See, that's what. So when these, so all the project sessions are available on YouTube, right? So you can watch later.
Sir, but if I have some doubt, then what should I do?
Yeah, so that's what, right? So if you have any doubt, you can take mentorship and clear your doubts through mentor. Okay, so you watch the session online later on YouTube whenever it is possible for you. You try to implement the same thing. If you have any query, you can take mentorship and you can just connect with the mentor at any point you want, right? It's not that you have to wait for a specific duration. Obviously, mentor will be available at some point during the day. You can just ask the mentor, okay, I have this issue. Can you connect with me now? If the mentor is available, in most cases they're available because that is what their duty is. So they will be available and then they will be helping you.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay. So yeah, so doesn't matter that if you are missing any live session or something, these things are there to help you in that sense. Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Next, Harsha. Harsha is there. Looks like not. Okay. Next, Vikas.
Yes, sir. Hi, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, Vikas,
So,
fine.
so I've registered for Appdev 1 and Appdev 2. And there was one question that is with regards to the operations. So, like the calendar, like for the project sessions that we would be having. So, typically we have a theory course and then you get the course calendar that you can subscribe to. In this case, for the projects, like I've not got the calendar as of yet, like where I can subscribe to, like when you would be taking the classes, the project sessions. So I've not got that. Just like if that can be shared with us, so that would be
Yeah.
good. I
Yeah,
can.
definitely. Definitely.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Okay, all right. And the second thing is was very specific. So I already started some work on the project. I looked at the project statement. So in that there is a requirement for validations, and in the document it is mentioned about using JavaScript or yeah. So I mean basically JavaScript or HTML, HTML5. So like when I was working with Flask and I did some studies, so there is Flask forms, WT forms that is.
Yes.
So is that okay to use that? I mean,
Yeah, definitely. You can use it.
all right. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Thank you,
See,
sir.
the thing is, I'll just clarify on that. Flask WTF provides you validating your forms through backend. All right. So that is a backend validation.
Okay. All right.
Okay. But HTML, JavaScript gives you a front end validation. We are not bothered about whether the validation is front end or back end. If it is there, it is well and good.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Thank you so much, sir. That's the question.
Okay. Next, Amal Nandan Prasad.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Tell me.
So actually, MAD 2 project is the only one which is left in my course. So my query is, can I use Vue 3.js instead of Vue 2.js?
Yes, you can. Definitely.
Thank you.
Okay, that's all. Sorry.
Yeah, that's all.
Okay, thank you. Ramakrishna.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, tell me.
The in-person camp, the coming term for MAD 1.
Hello. Sorry, can you repeat your question? I could not hear.
Will there be any in-person boot camp for the next term?
Next term meaning Jan 25, you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So offline boot
Also
camps
for
happen for
MLP project,
months. MLP, I'm not very sure. I mean, cannot comment on it. Definitely, if there is any information, it will be provided to you. But whether it is going to be there or not going to be there, I cannot comment on it as of now.
Oh, okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Oh. Next, Monish.
Hello, sorry. Yeah. So I wanted to know, sir, earlier you mentioned the theory content is like week 5 of content MAD 1 theory is enough for starting with the project, right?
Right.
So just wanted to know, sir, like concepts wise, till what portion we should know, sir, like we can start comfortably with the Appdev project? Like concepts wise in the sense, till what concepts are like
See, you should be
testing.
able to work sufficiently with Flask. Okay, so Flask being the backend framework for Appdev, both 1 and 2, you should be comfortable with working with Flask. Okay, now when into that detail, we'll go into the sessions, into project sessions, we'll go into details of that. But yeah, go ahead, tell me, what was your question again?
Yeah, so my question is, sir, the concept wise, the MAD 1 theory content is there, right? Till what content we should know to start with the project comfortably?
See,
Like,
if you, yeah, see, so the thing is, there can be multiple approaches to start the project. Okay, if you are willing to create the front end of it first, you should just know HTML and CSS. Okay, if you are planning to start the backend, you should know the Flask part, that is the SQL alchemy part. Okay, if you are planning to use ORM, okay, or Flask, simply the Flask part, and then you connect it with using the cursor part, right? So backend connectivity with Flask is required, right? So that is where you start creating your models, database, and stuff. So that you should know. And obviously routing and everything is there. Okay, so I mean, the details about it, we can only talk into the project sessions. Okay, but that's what, right? So it depends on approach. If you're starting with front end first and back end later, start with HTML, CSS, right? Only static pages at the initial stage would do. But if you're starting with backend first, then you should have understanding of database and its connectivity with Flask so that you can create on and work with models, right?
Okay.
That is where you
Okay,
start.
sir. Yeah, got it. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Next, Vasant Kumar.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, sir. I'm new to the project courses.
Are you done with the theory?
No, sir. I enrolled for both the theory and project courses in this term.
Both MAD 1, MAD 2 theory and MAD 1, MAD 2 project, is it?
No, sir. MAD 1 theory and project.
MAD 1 theory and project. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
What is the basic requirements that I should have for this project?
See, that's what. You should be good with first 5 weeks of the theory course. All right.
Okay,
So
sir.
before you start the project, I would not suggest you starting the project and thinking about project as of now. Okay. Go ahead with the theory. Just focus on the theory for at least first 5 weeks. Then you get acquainted or get comfortable with what is happening in web development as such. Okay. How do
Okay,
I
sir.
create a simple application? How do I create a simple backend application? How do I connect database with the application? How do I create front end and connect it with the backend? If these three things are clear to you, which would be clear when you are done with week 5 lab assignments, then you start off with project. Okay, then you will have some idea on how to go about project.
Okay, sir. Is there any uh, deadline? When do I submit my projects?
So 30th November is the last date to submit.
Okay. Before that, I have to complete my project for a standalone. For I am only have to do this, or any team members will
No, it
collaborate.
is individual project. Yeah, you have to do it by
Okay,
your own.
okay, sir. Concept is up to me, or you have to give any concepts
We
about
will be
my.
giving through. We will be giving through lecture theories, screencast, live sessions, right?
Okay,
Project
sir.
sessions. Yeah, you have registered for project session. You should have access to it, right? So
Uh,
all those content, especially the first 5 weeks content from the theory course, would help you to get started with project.
Uh, okay, sir. What are the requirements for my laptop?
I will tell you, right? As and when we go ahead, we'll tell you.
Okay. We have to do the projects in any server or on my own laptop.
It should be local, no deployed, no hosted application as of now. Local is okay.
Oh,
I mean,
okay, sir.
in your laptop, it should work.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, right? So you'll be getting more clarity on it as we go ahead. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Next, Priya. Priya is there? If you're speaking, I'm not able to hear. You can put your question in chat if that is possible. Okay. Next, I'll go to Mohammed Faiz.
So,
Yeah, go ahead.
listen me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Sir, actually, I completed Math 1 theory in last term,
Okay.
and this I registered for project. So I want to ask that is using Git is compulsory or not?
It's not compulsory. It's not compulsory. It is just a way to, follow the project so that you also know track your project so that you also know where exactly, how much progress you have done, and we can also track it from there. Okay, from our end. It is not compulsory. You can skip if you're finding it difficult.
And one thing I'm asking that my theory is clear, but I'm not able to connect things like database with something. So what should I opt for that? Online bootcamp or by watching the previous term sessions of project?
See, the thing is, you can start with watching previous sessions because you have all the sessions at once, right? So you can start with watching that. And if you feel that okay, these are not enough, I need some personalized assistance, somebody to come and look at my code, then you can opt for second bootcamp that is going to happen in November, right? As
Okay,
of
and
now, don't put directly yourself into first bootcamp.
okay, and one last thing I want to ask that while making project, we will use Bootstrap. And
It is
what is
not
the
compulsory. You can use.
but what is the condition of plagiarism? It will for front end also or only for back end?
It is mostly for backend. Okay, backend will check more, not the
Okay.
front end.
Okay, because we will copy some codes from Bootstrap and paste
Yeah,
it in.
understand. Yeah, that is understood. That is understood. Not to worry about it. We will see our main focus for plagiarism is the business logic because see, Appdev 1 is a backend development, right? So we need to know how much originality of work is there in the backend, not in the front end. And definitely, we are asking you to use frameworks like Bootstrap. So definitely, the what do you say? The chance of code getting copied from Bootstrap documentation is very high. So we don't want to check that.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
All right. Next, Yajaneshini.
Sir, good evening, sir. I'm actually new to app development, so can you suggest any book like reference book like we have database system concepts for DBMS
See,
officially
database.
suggested. So like that.
Yeah, I understood your question. See, the thing is, database, whatever is written in database will remain there for at least 5 years. For app dev, you cannot write a book. It is going to change within months. All right. So, am I audible by the way?
Sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Audible.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah. So the thing is, the content within application development is changing very frequently, right? That is the reason we don't want to, put you through into books. But while, are you done with the theory course, by the way?
No, sir, I'm doing it parallelly,
Right.
sir.
Yeah. So when you go into the theory course, week wise, we'll be sharing you some documentations, which are standard documentations that you can follow. We will also let you know to what extent you have to go through those documentations so that you get the basics of it. All right. And then it depends on, how much more effort you put in. Okay, but initially we'll be giving you standard documentations for web in general, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, which is not required as of now, but still we'll give you. Flask documentation, then there's something called as Jinja, documentation of that, and then all the extensions of Flask, all those things, documentation will be giving you. So you have to refer to that. And the best thing to do is follow the screencast and open sessions, the live sessions that instructors are, instructor-led live sessions. So those are the things that will be more than sufficient to get your basics clear. Then it is up to you on how much depth you want to go. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. All right. Next, Mukherjee A.
Good evening, sir. Okay, sir. Actually, I tried to fill the form for the boot camp online session. In that, what I found is that it's mentioning that the theory course should get completed, then only you can register. Okay. But since in this term I've taken both the theory as well as this project. So in November, can we fill the form, because if the same, because December the theory will get completed.
Right. Yeah. So I think in the November one you can take it. So you're taking the theory and the project course together, right? So in the November one you
Right.
can take. I'll also check whether you can take it in this first one also. But again, as suggested, this is what I, from what I've seen in the last 2-3 terms, I would suggest not to take the very first boot camp. Get acquainted with the theory content first, and then you can look for another boot camp, which is just happening next month, right? That is in
Right,
November.
sir.
So
Okay.
we'll see.
And sir,
Yeah. Go ahead.
and sir, in case of a offline, what I found that there is no clause in it. Means these two are different. What I found in it. Because when I am filling all the details, a pop-up message comes that you cannot change. Then I found in the offline also there is no clause in it, but in case of the online, it is there.
See, the thing is, students who can opt for boot camp, whether it is online or offline, should do the theory first. That is there. Okay. If it is not
Right.
mentioned, I'll just add it. Okay. And for the second online boot camp, we'll see if students can do it. Okay. So we'll try to add both theory as well as project students for the second online boot camp.
Okay. And sir,
If you're doing
in
the
case of the
theory, if you're doing the
yeah.
theory, doing offline bootcamp is highly not recommended. Why? Because we are putting everything, crushing everything into a matter of 7 days and giving you, right? So in that time, you just have, you not only have to understand, but do it on your own so that you ask your questions also, right? So for a student who
Agreed, sir.
has not done the theory, it will be very difficult for them to pass.
Right, sir. And sir, regarding this project calendar, I am not seeing it in it
I'll update.
in the
We'll
calendar.
update it.
Yeah.
We'll update it. Don't worry.
Oh, okay, sir. Thank you, sir, for your yeah.
Yeah. So project sessions will start from next Monday. Today's Monday, right? Today's Monday, right? Yeah.
Yes,
So
sir.
they won't start from today. Project sessions will start from next Monday. By then, you will have calendar update. Okay. Okay. Next, Mitra.
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
So I registered this term for project. So my question is, if I completed my project this term, and if I want to do Viva in next term, is that possible, or I should do Viva in this term?
No, that is not possible. If you are submitting, see, I mean, the question statement is limited, right? If you're submitting on a question statement this term, you will be giving Viva on that question statement only, right? You cannot do it next term.
Okay, so
Okay.
level 1
Same term.
Viva and level 2 both should be done in this term.
Same term, yes. Because we will be evaluating on whatever submission you made, right? Which will not be valid in the next term.
Okay, got it. Thanks. That's it.
Okay. All right. So I just have only one hand raised from Priya, but are you there, Priya? Because last time I was not able to connect. If you're not able to unmute, you can put your queries on chat, right? Now let me see if I have covered everything from the chat because I've not gone through it, but I think the questions that were asked were more
Hello.
or less the same. Yeah, who's that?
Sir, I'm Garima. I have raised hand, but I don't know why can't you see it?
One second, one second. Where are you? Are you speaking? Please speak.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, sir, my doubt is earlier
Actually, your
you
name
said
was
that we
coming with
can
your name is
mail.
coming with Priya, by the way. That is the reason maybe you were not aware of.
Oh, okay. And I was wondering why. Okay. So, my doubt is earlier you said that we can mail someone for verification. So, what's that mail ID?
I will let you know later. Okay, because that is something that we would not want you to do. That is the last resort. Okay, mostly it will be done by validation only. Okay, so regarding validation, lot of queries will be there in the G space. We'll try to clear that. Also in the project sessions, we'll let you know how the project structure should be so that it is always validated successfully. Okay. In some rare cases, it happens that after even doing everything, the validation becomes failed. So in that case, we ask you to mail us. Okay, we'll share the mail ID later.
Okay, and my next doubt is I'm confused with the prelim stage. So, can you explain it step by step?
Confused with
Prelim stage, that first stage.
preliminary
So
stage.
how we will start and what's the step, next step and next step?
One second. Is my screen shared by the way?
Yes, sir.
Okay, one second. Preliminary stage. Preliminary, this one. See, this is so that's what. So what is the core and graded requirements? What are recommended requirements? This is all very clearly given in the question statement. Okay, so for that you have to go through the question statement very thoroughly. Okay, now if you go through the question statement, it gives you what this application is all about. What are the frameworks that we need to use? All right, what are different terminologies and users of the application? Who is going to use it? All right, then wireframe is there. We'll talk about these in quite detail. Then what are the functionalities? So the functionalities are divided into three things: core functionalities, recommended functionalities, and optional functionalities. Okay, core functionalities are the ones that we want you to evaluate on. Okay, so your entire level 1, level 2 will happen on core functionality only. These are the bare minimum things that we need for a project, for considering a project to be complete. All right. So when you go through these, when we will also go through this, we'll go into quite detail. So we'll then let you know what these preliminary stages are. All right. And that is what is understanding what these question statement is all about, understanding what the core requirement differences between the requirement is all about, and how do I make submissions. All right. So you see, where do you see the evaluation, right? How evaluation is going to happen, project structure, how do I submit, how do I create video, how do I create report, okay, and how do I completely finally submit the submission. This is all given in the question statement, and all these things will be very frequently asked in the G spaces, right? So I request you, once the G spaces for September term is created, continuously keep on monitoring it, because your doubt may have been cleared 1 or 2 pages before, right? That is very frequently happening. Okay, so everything will be clear. As of now, what you need to do is, if you're new to the theory course, just go with the flow, right? The theory course have already started. We'll be having first live session for MAD 1 on Wednesday, first session for MAD 2 tomorrow, right? So the content will be, the delivery of the content will start. You will start to understand how to go about certain things. Then you'll start to understand how do I start with project. Okay, there will be various approaches that we are taking through, okay, in the project sessions, and then it will be clear. Okay, everything cannot be told at this very point of time, right? So you need to understand.
Okay, and sir, I want to know that in that graph, that summation cycle graph, can you open it?
Yeah, one second. Yeah, the submission cycle. One second. It was here. This one.
So in this, the first is we have to submit it to some Google form, I guess.
No. You have to submit it. That's what, right? Everything will happen from submission to Viva will happen on a workflow. This is the workflow, Viva workflow, right? This is the workflow application where everything happens. Okay, you will have a student dashboard of your own where I think in the starting I've shared or shown you how it looks like, right? So everything submission validation will happen here. So now if I go back, first you have to validate, then you have to submit. See, if you see the flow chart, what it says the flow is from validating the submission. If it is not validated, if it is validated, then it will go to plagiarism checker. If it is not, then you have to keep on validating it and then submit the project. Okay. So the first step is validating the project. The second step is on successful validation, you make the submission. Why? Because submission can be done only once. Okay, you make yourself acquainted with the Viva workflow. You have to you will be getting the link soon. You will be registered soon. Go through it, see whatever options are there, whatever features or options are there for you, and things like that, right? There will be option for you to validate your submission, option for you to submit. Don't make random submission because it is allowed only once. Once you feel that okay, my project is foolproof, it has passed the validation, it is the best code that I've written, it is the thing that I wanted to submit, it is not anything else, this is the only thing I wanted to submit for Appdev project, then only click on submit, otherwise do not. Okay, so all
Okay,
those things
sir.
will be clear.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so I'll go back to Zoom. Yeah, I think so. Stop sharing. Yeah, so there are some questions into the chat also. Can I take MAT 2 bootcamp if I take MAT 1 and MAT 2 project? You have to finish MAT 1 project first, right? So if you are taking MAT 1, if you are done with MAT 1 theory, then only you can do the MAT 1 project. Okay, you can take the bootcamp for MAT 1 project. That is what we have set the rules as of now. Why? Because we don't want student to unnecessarily take too many boot camps and then be available for nothing, right? For none. So take the boot camp for which you are eligible to submit. Okay, so you should have done MAT 1 to take MAT 2. You should be done with the MAT 1 theory to do MAT 1 boot camp and everything. Okay, that is that. See, if you are not ready with let's say if you have taken the project this term, if you are not ready with the project, do not submit, do not make any submission. If this is your first time registration, you will be auto registered. Okay, registration related queries will see sometime later. Okay, but that is there. You don't need to keep on. It is not necessary that you submit only, but it is advisable to make the submission. Right, put some effort into the project and make the submission. Okay, it is not that tough. Don't make too much hype of it. Try to understand the project sessions, try to understand the theory sessions, take as much help you need. Instructors are always there, mentors are always there. Take as much as help you need and try to finish it off. Okay, don't unnecessarily burden yourself with pending projects. Okay, all right, so I think these are the questions that were there hand raised. I think there will be some questions that have not addressed into the chat, but eventually they will be addressed. You don't have to worry about it as of now. Whatever is required at this stage in this coming 2 weeks has been cleared by me. I am sure of it. Okay, so don't worry about it. Your everything, everything related to project, your discourse, workflow, G space, everything will be updated in this week only. All right, so your registration and everything will be finalized and you will be given access to everything there is. Okay, don't worry about the live sessions. Project live session will start on next Monday. By then your calendar and everything will be updated. Okay, so as of now, just focus on the theory course. If you are doing the theory part, focus on the theory course, try to get what is happening from the theory, try to understand the content, and then start working on the project. Okay, there was one hand raised. I think was that you can directly speak up.
Sorry, sir. How do I get the topics for the projects? Like,
You see, there is going to be only one project throughout. Every student will be working on one question statement only. The question statement will be updated in the project document. Project document will be shared with you. It has already been shared, by the way. But if at all you don't have it, we will share it again. Okay.
and it'll be in the Gmail or where
Yes,
will it
mail.
be?
You will be receiving mail. Okay, and once you are added to the G spaces, see, once you are added to the G spaces, G space will be a major or the what do you call the main mode of communication. Everything there is you need to ask, you need to put in, you need information from us, put it in the G spaces. There, those are the most active, and the reply, the frequency of getting reply is very fast in G spaces than mails. Okay.
Okay. And do we have mentorship for this project also, or only
Yes,
for the math?
mentorship is for project only. For theory, I mean, there is, but for mentorship is for project. I just mentioned, right?
Okay,
If you
okay.
have missed this part, you can just, I think this will be put into YouTube later. You can watch it later. Okay,
Okay.
I've
Oh, thank you,
clarified
sir.
on mentorship. See, you can use
Okay.
Bootstrap. You cannot use Tailwind CSS. There is one question in the chat. Okay, you cannot use Tailwind CSS. That is not allowed. You can use only Bootstrap. Okay, I'm just going through the chat. Vivas will happen on weekends. See, somebody has shared the project documents. I'll just share once more. Okay, I'll just reshare it. Okay, but we'll anyway mail you again once your registrations are finalized. We'll mail you. Okay, so I think I have covered most of the things at this point. I hope everybody has some basic understanding of what projects are, how projects are going to happen, and when should we start submitting, when should we start working on it, what are the services that we are going to get to do the project, what are paid ones, what are free ones. At this point, only this information is sufficient. As and when there is new information, as and when there is a requirement of getting into detail